Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna. I'm so excited for today's video because we're going to be recreating this hairstyle that Sabrina Carpenter had in her new music video, Tears. If you didn't know, then Sabrina Carpenter came out with her new album recently and it has been going crazy on TikTok as per usual. Of course, I follow her on Instagram as well, so I knew her album came out. I'm not going to ramble too much because I am a little bit short on time, but I wanted to make this video while it's still fresh in everyone's mind. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so for this hairstyle, I am going to be using this curling wand, and I decided I wanted to use this wand because it is fatter at the bottom and skinnier at the tip. Sabrina's hair is quite curly in the picture, and I want to replicate that, and this is the best curling I have that's not going to leave my curls too big or too small. We're going to get an arm workout using this. I hate using wands, but of course, that's what I have. I'm also going to be using this little glove. This is very helpful for protecting your fingers while using a wand since you're getting so close to the barrel. I already brushed my hair. My hair is a little bit greasy, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a couple days since I've washed it, but we're just gonna go in with some dry shampoo and texturizing spray afterwards, so it's not a big deal. The nice thing is I don't have to do anything with my bangs beforehand either because her bangs are not like sitting to the front. They're just kind of curled and to the side. I am going to start by sectioning my hair as always, and I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a half up, half down section and just clip it out of the way. I already used heat protectant, so make sure that before you start curling your hair, you put heat protectant on your hair. And we're also going to be alternating curls while we're doing these sections, so we're not going to be doing it all the same way. As you can see here, Sabrina's hair is very big and the curls are very separated, and that's because the curls are going in different directions. If you curl your hair in all the same direction, then all your curls are gonna kind of clump as one. As you can see here, this is like old curled hair, but all the curls are going the same way, so it's just one big clump. I am going to start with just this bottom section, and I'm going to curl the hair away from my face. I'm not too worried about getting it all the way up to the roots. I'm just worried about the mids and ends because that is what is the curliest. As we go up higher, we can of course worry about getting closer to our roots so we have a little bit more curl happening. So that curl I just put behind. So now I'm going to be wrapping towards my face, which means that my hand is coming this way towards me. And I'm not holding it on there for too long. I'm just holding it on there for a couple seconds, and then I'm just going to let it go like this. I'm taking decently small sections because she does just have such curly hair that if you take too big of a section, you're going to lose some of that curl. And remember that these gloves are protective, but do not just put your hand on the curling iron when you're wearing one of these gloves. You can still feel the heat coming off of the curling iron, so you don't want to burn yourself. This is just for a little bit of extra protection, obviously, so that way your fingers don't get burnt. And obviously, the smaller the section, kind of the more of a tight curl you're gonna get. The nice thing about Sabrina's hair as well is it's not super perfect or put together. It's quite messy. When I watched the music video, I noticed that throughout the entire video, her hair was kind of like messy curled. It wasn't perfect or prim or proper. It was kind of just like thrown together. But I do really like when her hair is very curly, so that's why I chose this one to recreate. Did also want to recreate this hairstyle that she wore in the music video as well, but I think I might do that one more on my TikTok because I think it is quite easy. I mean, this one is also quite easy. You're really just curling your hair, but there is kind of a certain way to go about it. But I don't know, I just thought I wanted to recreate this one first because like I said, I love the really curly hair that she has, and yeah, I thought it would be cute. But this other one is also cute. It's just not as much happening. Like I thought this was more of a standout hairstyle than the other hairstyle that she wore. I'm also excited to see what hairstyles she wears for the other music videos for her album, because I'm sure she's also going to make one for Goodbye, because that song has been blowing up on TikTok, and I think that she's definitely going to have a music video for that as well. And if she does, I'll be here waiting, ready to recreate the hairstyle. So I'm working on the next section now. Started in the back, and now we're just making our way to the front of the head. You want to make sure that you're keeping your sections quite separated and clean, because yeah, it's going to be very noticeable if you miss a piece of hair with these super curly pieces. If you have a straight piece, then it's really going to show. So you want to try to avoid that at all costs. I'm also starting to really sweat, like really sweat. I'm getting very hot doing this. I don't know if it's the curling iron is very hot, or if it's just like the room that I'm in is very hot, but something is definitely making me sweat. It could be that I'm doing an arm workout trying to do my hair, and that's also making me sweat. Who knows? See, this is the problem now. Now I don't know what hair I didn't do. This has turned into a little bit of a mess. Okay, so we have made it to the top section, and the top section is a little bit different. I mean, not so much different, but you just want to make sure that when you're doing this top section, you're getting like very close to the root. Before, it didn't really matter that much if you're right on your root or not, but for the top section, because you want the most volume and lift, you want to try to get as close to the root as you can. And we're still alternating, of course, so we're still going back and forth with our curls, some going forward, some going backwards. I'm really tired of this. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more pieces on this side, and then we're going to do the bangs, because I think that the bangs are going to be a bit more of a process to try and do, rather than the rest of the hair is quite simple. The bangs, I think, are gonna be kind of trying to give us some issues. So as you can see, for these pieces, they are getting quite close to the root. And you can also hold them a little bit longer, so that way they are quite curly, because this is your top layer. So this is the layer that everybody can see the most, obviously. So you do want it to be quite curly. You don't want your pieces to kind of be weird looking. Once we have completed everything, like, can you see that I'm actually sweating? Like, what is going on? We're gonna go to the bangs. I'm gonna try this curling iron, and we're gonna see how it works. And I'm gonna kind of go towards the tip, because that is skinnier. You're gonna try to get as close as you can, but do not burn yourself. See, that's kind of cute. So now we just have to kind of take these like little sections, and I'm sure if I use like a clamp, that might be a little bit easier, honestly. Like I said, everything is super messy looking, so you can kind of get away with maybe making some mistakes and it not being that noticeable. So because the bottom of the barrel is so small, I think that's why it's kind like I said, we're gonna go in with some texturizing spray, some dry shampoo. You don't need the dry shampoo. I need the dry shampoo, so that's why I'm using it, but you could get away with just using hairspray or some sort of texturizing spray. And if there are any pieces that you feel like this piece, for example, has quite a straight end, I'm just going to go in with my curling iron and curl the very end, so that way it's not so straight. So you can kind of just look through. If anything looks like, ooh, that's not really that curled, then you can go back in and kind of curl it a little bit. I have my dry shampoo, and I also have this volume spray. So I'm gonna first go in with the dry shampoo, because that is desperately needed. I'm just taking small sections and going at my root. I'm also going just in the front, because that's where I touch my hair the most. So that's where it gets kind of greasy the quickest, is usually, of course, at my root. And I also do a little bit in the back. Then I'm just going in with my fingers right at the root and just shaking it. And then I'm going to go in with this spray. So this is Peptide Plumping Volume Spray, and it is wet. So when you spray it, it feels wet, but it like dries immediately. Like you can put it on wet hair or dry hair. It's a little odd, but I mean, it works. So I'm just gonna spray this, and I'm just kind of spraying it at a distance all over my hair, because with this you can spray it at your roots, you can spray it at your mids and ends, and it's okay. Again, I'm just gonna take my fingers and I'm just gonna kind of zhuzh it. It gives you quite a bit of volume. So I think this is my finished Sabrina Carpenter inspired hair look. I do really like how it turned out. The bangs are always a little bit tricky. I'm gonna need Sabrina to come out with a tutorial on how she does the bangs. I could use a tinier curling iron, but then the curl size wouldn't match the rest of the hair. So this is what I'm going with. Remember, this isn't a one-to-one exact replica. It is just inspired. I will be trying more of Sabrina's hairstyles, so if you want to see more of them, then please follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. They are both at Brianna Bappert. And if you want to see more videos from me on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification, and you can hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a great day, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video.